Big shots by Jon
in a
Jones.
world of trouble here.
Gustafson's in trouble. That's
Jon
it.
Jones has
That's
regained the throne.
Wow.
It is already a dream to stand on the UFC octagon ring for fighters. And for Jon Bones Jones, who has done so frequently, this dream has been realized in more ways than one. 27 times he stood on the ring, and 26 of those times his hands were raised in the end. If you want to learn more about the greatest mixed martial artist ever, just keep on watching. Here is Jon Jones's lifestyle, net worth, and wife. By the way, while you're here, make sure to click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our engaging videos, and use that trigger finger by smashing that like button. Now let's get into it. MMA fans need no introduction to Jon Bones Jones, the former light heavyweight champion of the UFC, and arguably one of the greatest mixed martial artists of all time. His birth name is Jonathan Dwight Jones. He is currently signed to the UFC and ranks number 1 in the men's pound for pound. Jones was born on July 19, 1987, in Rochester, New York. His parents, Arthur Jones Jr., who was a pastor at a Pentecostal church in Endicott, New York, and Camille Jones, who was a nurse, raised arguably the most athletic family of this generation. Jon's older brother, Arthur Jones III, and younger brother, Chandler Jones, are both football players who played in the National Football League. Jon also had an older sister named Carmen, but she died of cancer before her 18th birthday. A huge part of Jones's life is influenced by his religion. In accordance with this, he got Philippians 4:13 tattooed on his chest. It was his sister's favorite story from the Bible. There are also Chinese characters inked on his ribs that he believed represented his sister's name, but only later found out that they actually meant peaceful warrior. To watch Jon Jones at even one fight is a treat. The MMA fighter does things that most fighters don't. Back elbows, unorthodox kicks, explosive takedowns, they're all fair game. Bones is not your everyday fighter, and here's his story. Since he was a child, Bones already displayed inherent athletic gifts. His father had been a wrestler and fostered this path among his boys, who often wrestled and scrapped with one another. Bones was a standout high school wrestler who won the state wrestling championship as a senior in 2005 at Union Endicott High School in upstate New York. Just like his brothers, Jones was also interested in American football and played on the defensive line of the team. Due to his lanky frame, the coach began calling him Bones. He later adopted the nickname when he rose to fame in mixed martial arts. Jones won a national JUCO championship at Iowa Center Community College. After that, he went to Morrisville State College to get a degree in criminal justice. However, Jones soon realized that his true passion was mixed martial arts. He dropped out of college to pursue MMA professionally. Jones also began training in MMA when he found out that Jessie, his high school sweetheart, was expecting their first daughter, Leah. After realizing that he wasn't making enough money as a bouncer to support his family, he decided to walk into the Bomb Squad training facility with the idea of making money as an MMA fighter. Despite not having any formal submission or striking training, Jones made his professional debut on April 12, 2008 at Boxborough, Massachusetts, where he defeated Brad Bernard in the first round by technical knockout at an FFP Untamed 20 catchweight bout. After his 6th professional match, which he won against Moises Gabin on July 12, 2008 at Battle Cage Extreme 5, the UFC picked him up. Jones debuted in UFC on August 9, 2008 in Minneapolis, Minnesota against Brazilian fighter Andre Guzmão at UFC 87. All 3 rounds were fought, with Jones winning via unanimous decision. As Jones was beginning to rule the UFC in his 3rd consecutive win streak, he was disqualified in his 4th UFC fight against American fighter Matt Hamill on December 5, 2009. Starting out the match, Jones had a clear advantage. However, as the first round was about to end, Jones repeatedly attacked Hamill with downward elbow strikes. Because those are illegal in the sport, a point was taken off Jones's scorecard for the round. Hamill was unable to continue due to a dislocated shoulder, which then caused the disqualification of Jones. Eventually, UFC President Dana White indicated that the fight should have been declared a no contest, and the loss should not have been counted. This was Jones's first and only loss in his career. Jones immediately rebounded from his defeat by winning 2 fights in 2010 against Brandon Vera and Vladimir Matyushenko, both by technical knockout in the first round. After beating Ryan Bader at UFC 126, Jones had his first title shot against Mauricio Shogun Rua, Rashad Evans, Jones's training partner, was supposed to face Rua, but was forced to pull out of the match due to a training injury. The UFC offered Jones the chance to replace the injured Evans. Jones did not waste this moment and went on to become the youngest UFC champion ever on March 19, 2011. During his first reign as the UFC light heavyweight champion, Jones performed dominantly in every single bout. He fought and defeated some of the best fighters in his weight class, but things have taken a strange turn for Jones's UFC career since 2015. Over the first 5 years of his promotion, he won 12 fights, but after 2015 he only fought 6 fights. And though he has won all those fights easily, the victories he's achieved recently are not as impressive as his past ones. And clearly, being suspended for much of 2017 and 2018 because of positive drug tests hasn't helped matters. Later this year, Jones's career can take a major leap if his shot for the UFC heavyweight title turns out to be a success. He would take on the fighter who emerged victorious in the Miocic Ngannou rematch in UFC 260 on March 27, 2021. Which fighter would you like to see Jon Jones fight for the UFC heavyweight title later this year? Let us know in the comments below. Jones has an estimated net worth of $3 million. According to the Sports Daily, he has earned over $7,230,000 during his UFC career. Other than his fight purse in UFC, Jones has also had huge endorsement deals with companies like GAT Nutrition and K-Swiss. Aside from raising money for the Pediatric Cancer Foundation, Bones Jones has also helped several homeless people by distributing essential items like clothes. In addition, he announced a $100,000 donation to the first light heavyweight to win 6 championships in a row. It's no secret that Jones has a controversial lifestyle outside the octagon and has been involved in several doping violations. Many people have even accused him of using steroids throughout his career. Jones has been stripped of the UFC light heavyweight title after a transgression outside the ring. In March 2020, Jones was again arrested for driving under the influence of drugs and negligent use of a firearm. Despite all the controversies, Jon's partner Jessie Moses sticks with him. She has been incredibly supportive of Jon's career, and the MMA champion has repeatedly gushed over her, saying she makes up a big part of his success. Jon Jones and Jessie Moses met in high school, and they began dating soon after. While Jones attended the Iowa Central Community College and Moses attended Broome Community College in New York, the relationship continued despite the distance. They have 3 daughters together. They are Leah, Carmen, and Olivia Haven. Jones and Moses became engaged in 2013. On December 1st, 2016, Jones stated in an interview with Joe Rogan that he has another daughter who is older than Leah. The family currently resides in Ithaca, New York. What can you say about the controversial fighter Jon Bones Jones? Let us know in the comments section below. And hey, if you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so we can continue giving you the best content. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.